What's up, everybody? CJ here, coming to you with some announcements, some news, some reminders. I want to talk to you real quick and give you some important information. Let's try to do this in not too long of a video, but here we go. First off, reminder, days off coming up. We are coming into the holiday season and some days where the Amazon building is shut down. There are not many of those in the year, but they're all grouping up here in a minute. So reminder that on Thanksgiving Day, Christmas Day, and New Year's Day, the building will be completely shut down. There won't be any shifts on those days, no deliveries on those days. Those are the days of the building's down, so those days are off for everybody. So just a reminder of that. We're not working Thanksgiving Day, Christmas Day, January 1st. All right. With that in mind, and the reason for that is we have peak season coming. All right. We are coming into peak. Peak is technically the day after Thanksgiving until Christmas Day, so we'll call it Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, until December 24th. That is peak season. A lot more orders coming in. Everyone trying to get their holiday shopping taken care of. So a reminder that peak season is here, and that means a few things for us, right? We are going to have more volume than the dip that we're having right now. That volume is going to be bigger. People tend to buy, fewer small items and more big toy sets and things like that for their kids. So your vans are going to be a little bit more full. So you got to be really smart about stacking your totes and paying attention to those oversized packages. But that's coming our way. And with that, a few extra things to remember. One, so on the attendance standpoint, from Black Friday until December 24th. If you want to take any days off, you have to have PTO to do that. So normally if you give us, notice more than 24 hours, we'll approve that and it's just like an unpaid day. But for the holiday season, we need as many people as we can to make sure that we can deliver all of these holiday presents on time. PTO has to be used in order to get any days off. Otherwise, it'll all turn into attendance points. So just a reminder, during that peak season, need everyone here. Black Friday through December 24th, have to have PTO if you're going to take any time off. Also, a general reminder with time off, when you do that, Paycom, unfortunately, the one thing that it does poorly on the management side is it doesn't remind us or show us when you have days off. So reminder, if you put in that PTO request, shoot me and or Daniel a text just so we can make sure that we know that we have that updated on our end. And if you happen to do that for something farther in advance, also totally fine. We like to know ahead of time. But if you could remind us that week of, like, hey, reminder I put in a while back for Thursday off, it just helps us make sure that we're not surprised or forgot to get it updated on our end, that day of. So reminder there on those days off. So have to have PTO to take any days off without getting a attendance point from Black Friday through December 24th. And also, because I love bonuses and rewards rather than punishments, that's how I prefer to do things. We will be doing a perfect attendance bonus once again this year. So that'll be perfect attendance from Black Friday until December 24th. Going to keep seeing those dates for peak season. That bonus will be at least $100. I haven't finalized the number yet. I need to see what numbers are looking like as we get into peak, but I will announce that as soon as possible. It will be greater than $100 for anyone who has perfect attendance. Now, perfect attendance means anything. You have to be there every single day. If you take PTO, even if you put in that PTO, no attendance points, that will still count against the perfect attendance. You have to be there for every single one of those days. The only exception to that is if we happen to have a light day where we do send home people. So we do that. Hey, anyone who says Optimus gets to go home, you won't be penalized for those days. But it's going to be perfect attendance without taking any PTO, no points, Black Friday until Christmas. We'll get at least $100 bonus. We'll finalize that number before too long. All right? Some exciting stuff there. Less exciting, but super important. I'm not going to talk about it too long, but I'm going to say it with a lot of severity. Do not ask for rescues. We've had a few people, and it's picked up more recently, texting or calling dispatch and saying, hey, I need a rescue, send me a rescue. That's not really how this whole thing works. Especially our dispatch is watching all of the routes, and while you might feel like you're behind or things aren't quite going your way that day, might need a little mental pick-me-up, and you can totally talk to dispatch on that. But asking for a rescue, you don't know how everyone else, we have 40 other drivers on the road on a given day. Assuming that you're the one that deserves a rescue without that information is kind of rude. It's not really being a team player. It's not how we like to run things here, all right? If you need a rescue, you will get a rescue, but asking for a rescue, completely not acceptable. Don't want that. Don't like to see that. We haven't done anything yet, but I am announcing to everyone now, If we see anyone asking for rescues, you're not going to get a bonus for that week. We paid out $21,000 in bonuses in the last payroll period. We are given a lot of bonus hours. People are going home early. Do not ask for rescues so we can keep giving you those bonuses. All right? Moving on. Prop 207. Arizona in this election passed Prop 207. If you're not sure what that is, essentially decriminalization and recreational approval of marijuana. Not going to go into the details of that law. I think there's, like, by May of next year, the Health and Human Services has to figure out exactly how that rolls out. But I wanted to let you know, for this job, because we are U.S. Department of Transportation, U.S. DOT controlled, which is a federal entity, marijuana, even though medical card or now recreational is legal in the state of Arizona, it's still federally illegal. So unfortunately, that doesn't change. Prop 207 passing doesn't change anything for us. So if you ever have a random drug test, new employment drug test, or an accident or incident drug test that results positive for cannabinoids, unfortunately that would still lead to termination. So we are federally controlled. That's part of the rules of being a U.S. carrier and working with Amazon on a federal base. So even though we're only Arizona, and in Arizona it's state, thumbs up. Anything for this, it's still a thumbs down. So wanted to put that reminder out there. Yay 207, not good for work. So don't do it. All right. Last thing that I wanted to talk about, and I realized as I set this up, I started with happy stuff and we're just going downhill. COVID numbers. If you haven't seen what the US and global numbers look like, I recommend checking out New York Times COVID update. The coronavirus, case numbers are through the roof. I think yesterday we had our new record of 186,000 new cases in yesterday alone. To put that in perspective, our worst day, which was over the summer, and again, this is US based, but our worst day was 75,000 total new cases in that day. So now we are more than double that, and our 7-day average, our 7-day average has more than doubled again to get to that. So our curve is sharply up and not in the direction that we want it going. So I want to double down on being smart and being safe, all right? We've implemented a lot of things at work for us and with Amazon to make sure we're being safe at work. So remember to follow those 6 feet rules, keep your mask on, don't come in contact with people that you don't need to come in contact. That also means to be super safe outside of work, all right? That's what, in the past when we've seen cases coming, they are happening outside of work from people who are hanging out with friends, hanging out with family members. I know the holidays are coming up, so this is even more difficult. I just want to make sure, it may not be in the national media right now. There's still a lot of election stuff going on, but I want to make sure that everyone on our team is very, very aware. We are more than twice as worse off than we were at the peak of this in the summer. So we're at a whole new level of peak, and not the peak holiday season with more packages delivered, but peak COVID. I'm hopeful that the vaccine gets figured out here shortly, but just here, please, 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 be extra smart, be extra safe. We want to make sure that no one gets sick. Everyone is staying as safe as possible. So be extra vigilant. I know this has been a long time. March when this thing started feels like years ago. Years ago. I'm choking thinking about all the things that we went through here in 2020, but we are still very much in it. Don't get bored of the rules. Please still follow them. Super, super important. The safety of you guys are super important to me, super important to Daniel. We want to keep that rolling. All right. So there you go. I'm under 10 minutes, so I'm just going to stop talking so I don't get any more. And I'm going to do something super annoying. I don't even think Daniel will see this until I post it. So send him Kobe. Just send him a text of Kobe when you watch this video. I just want to blow up his phone. All right. Have fun. Be safe.